The marketing domination method, that's what we're going to learn about today. Are you dominating your business niche? Raise your hand if you are 100% confident that you solidly dominate your niche.
I'm joking.
Okay, well, I'm glad you didn't raise your hand, because if you did, then I wouldn't have much that I could teach you. Who wants to learn how to dominate their niche? Raise your hand. Very good. Then you're in the right place at the right time. And this is one of the most important things that you can learn for your business, is getting this right. Let me ask you another question. Are you the only logical option in your business for your community? Raise your hand if you're the only logical option.
I think I am.
Very good. Give her a hand. You should all raise your hand. Now, you might not experience that just yet, but you need to aspire to that and believe it now, that that should be your attitude, that you're the only logical option, unless somebody is hitting the bottle or they fell down and hit their head on a rock, and they might go to your competitor, but you are the only option for the service that you provide. 3 people, tell me, what is your business?
I train returning citizens, which is ex-felons, how to hire themselves to be entrepreneurs.
Excellent. What do you do?
We are a women's wear design company that produces entirely made in USA, vintage-inspired women's wear.
Outstanding. What do you do?
iShare Medical is a complete medical record organized around the person that's easily shared across organizations, providers, software programs, and devices, and available at your fingertips.
Wow.
24/7, 365.
Oh man, I love that. That's similar to another business that I had and one that I'm trying to start. That's interesting. I'll have to tell you what I've got planning. There's a huge niche. You could even steal it from me if I don't do it. Okay, moving right along. My name is Carlton Flowers. I have my Bachelor of Science in Civil Engineering from the University of Missouri, Columbia, in 1990. I'm an environmental engineer during the day. I'm about to retire 1 year, 7 months, and 5 days, and then spend time with all my business operations. I'm the owner of Color Boss Custom Auto Body Shop and have 9 employees. I also own a small business called Gadget Gurus, where I fix phones, tablets, devices, stuff like that. And I own Scott Health Systems, that is named after my middle name and the middle name of my best friend Darren, who lives in Tokyo, Japan. All right, and then I also just started the Strategic Mass Influence Marketing Agency. I also own a company called Scott Property Investments, and that's me and my partner Darren, who I own the Color Boss Body Shop and also the health systems business, where we're trying to get into real estate. We have our first building that we own and we rent from ourselves, where my body shop is. So that's a little bit about me. All right, so I would like to teach you to understand how to leverage this mass influence idea. Why would you just advertise when you can have mass influence? Think about Trump and Hillary Clinton. Do they have massive influence? Yeah, they say one thing and millions of people back them up. Barack Obama, mass influence, right? Hitler, mass influence?
Yes.
Yes, he did. Even though he did horrible things, he had mass influence. JFK?
Yes.
Ronald Reagan?
Yes.
Mother Teresa?
Yes.
Elvis Presley?
Yes.
Michael Jackson?
Yes.
Charles Manson?
Yes.
Yeah, Gandhi, yeah. They all had massive influence. I do an entire seminar that teaches how these world leaders and famous people caused their following to polarize and line up to promote and buy into and believe their cause. That's a whole seminar right there. But we're going to keep this to sales and marketing. And so part of this deals with that and will make you more efficient in how to market and advertise. Let me ask you, what are your goals? Why did you come to this session when you looked at it? 3 people, tell me what was on your mind. What were you thinking that you wanted to get out of this when you saw it? Paul?
Well, I'm building up an AI platform. We want to have a world dominion.
Wow. Okay, excellent. I like that. World dominion.
Wow.
I like that. I like that. Who else? Go ahead.
I was fascinated by your name. Who would have a name like Carlton Flowers?
Thank you very much. Most unique name in the world. Jennifer.
I want to be America's premier coach in the areas of clarity and transition.
And what I'm going to talk about is mass influence. I'm going to talk about a DSI, an iPod, a USP, and an AO. I'm going to talk about your marketing message, all right? That's where we're going to have that clarity. And then the SMI, Strategic Mass Influence Mind Control Tactics, that you'll promise not to ever abuse, right? And then we'll do questions and answers. So this is my definition of mass influence that I came up with back in 2009. And again, this relates to leadership in general, okay, not just business. And it started out as a leadership training. And so it's defined as having the ability to engage, control, or influence the desires of a populace in order to direct its behavior towards a specific action. We want to direct people to a specific action, and what do you think that action would be as it relates to your business?
To buy.
Yes, to buy. Thank you. Good job. Well, then what is strategic mass influence? It is defined as a carefully orchestrated scientific methodology that empowers you with the ability to catapult your leadership effectiveness, causing the masses to align with your vision. That's powerful stuff, isn't it? This is what people who want to run for public office or be the head of organizations or whatever, that's what they want, that's what they do. That's what the leaders of the world have accomplished. But when you add this into business, oh boy, you're going to put your advertising on cruise control. That's why I say, why advertise when you have massive influence? The 4 components. Here's those funny little words, DSI, iPod, USP, and AO. Here it comes. This is important. Let this soak in and understand it. And if there's a part that you don't understand, ask a question at the end. We'll start out with the DSI, and that is the dominant selling idea. All right? Who's on Snapchat? Raise your hand. Anyone? Oh, good. You can follow me. It's CZTV. DSI stands for dominant selling idea. Let's learn about what the dominant selling idea entails. I'm going to give you a few examples, as a matter of fact, some of the best, most well-known dominant selling ideas from some Fortune 500 companies. All right, the first one, M&M's, the candy that melts in your mouth, not in your hand. Enterprise Car Rental will pick you up. They created their own specialty of rental cars, not at airports. Halls with vapor action. Lots of throat lozenges, but only one has vapor action. You get the picture? Now let's break it down and explain it. The dominant selling idea of your business is simple and it is direct and to the point. It clearly demonstrates the most important differentiating factor of your business. Do you know what a differentiating factor is?
What makes you stand out?
Yes. What makes you different from your competitors? The DSI is the single biggest value that sets you apart from all the others. You might have 10 things that set your shoe store apart from this other shoe store, but I want the single biggest one that sets you apart from others to be your dominant selling idea. If somebody comes to your service, they met you and you spent 60 seconds and you gave them a business card. If there was only one thing that you were counting on that you wanted them to remember about your business, that's your dominant selling idea. That's about all people remember anyway. So you want to nail that. You own the dominant selling idea, nobody else does. That's your attitude. If there's 2 burger shops, what's the difference? And who owns this singular aspect of a burger shop that nobody else has? Customers want to have it. If it's a DSI, is it something that your customers want to have? If it doesn't sound like something customers would want to have, then it's not a DSI. Like your DSI could be, I'm gonna get you on your feet, make you successful after incarceration. They want that. That's what they want after they get out of jail, right? After serving time. That's a DSI. Okay, here's a good one right here. Other people might not teach this, but I do. The DSI invokes an emotion and triggers a feeling. If they don't invoke an emotion and trigger a feeling, it's not a good one. If your competitors does not invoke an emotion and trigger a feeling, you can crush them. Paul, you can get that world domination if your competitors aren't doing that. And this is going to lead into that mind control part. It's very, very important. It creates an automatic desire. On Monday, I was talking about my body shop, and I flashed a picture on the overhead of a 1968 Cougar. And he just went in, he was like, oh my goodness, he just went in. He had an instant emotional reaction when I showed that Cougar because he's around my same age. And it sparked some memories. It invoked a feeling. That was an explanation where I was saying that if you have a business, you better be doing something that you're passionate about that is tied to something in your history that you have an emotional connection to. Instant emotional reaction. So you want to create automatic desire by connecting to something that evokes emotion and triggers feeling. All right. You can use your DSI as your tagline. That's something that you want to use as your tagline. If that's on your business card, on your flyer, or whatever, then you're going to get a lot of reaction from it. You don't want something that is boring, mundane, or just explains. Hit the emotional trigger and save the details for later, which is the next step. Identifiable point of difference. That's the iPod. What things make you different that you recognize right off the bat? Let's look at some examples. John Deere green. When you see a John Deere, you know it's a John Deere. Why? Because it's green. Yeah. Yellow cab, but you recognize yellow cab, the color. You recognize checker cab, the design. Immediately identifiable. Papa Murphy's versus Papa John's. One of them is take and bake. That's an identifiable point of difference. One of the many things that is a point of difference. It's not the main one, it's not the dominant selling idea, but it is a point of difference. Why are you above all the others? It's your points of difference. Oh. Anyway. That's taunting the presenter. I was just talking about you a little while ago, about the cougar, when you went in when I showed that cougar. Why is your business more desirable? Points of difference. Think about that. What are the customer's key needs and desires? You can build your points of difference based on the key needs of your customer. The iPod, identifiable point of difference, helps you shrink the field of choices with the people that you are marketing towards, with your customer base. You want to be the only choice. So if they have 10 different places they can go to for the service that you provide and you shrink it down to one, that's a good thing, and you can shrink it down to one by laying out what the points of difference are between your business and competitors. You are the only logical choice, period. If they go anywhere else, they messed up. That's your attitude. Be cocky. Now, the USP. This is the unique selling proposition. What do you think that gets into?
Selling.
Very good. She's good. She's really good. She can teach this thing, yes. Very fabulous. We're going to connect these things into the actual sale. What exactly are you proposing to your prospects? That's your USP. Next, how does your proposal differ from the others? Not just how does your business differ, how does your proposal differ? What are some ways that your proposal can differ from a competitor? Throw out a few.
How long you been in business?
How long you been in business?
How quick your services compared to them?
Very good. Time. Another one. Price! Yes, price.
Visual appeal.
Visual appeal. Those are all things that could make your proposal for this widget to this individual. Moving right along. Does your selling proposition satisfy a desire? Does your USP anesthetize a pain point? What's a pain point?
Seems to make people need agony.
A need, agony, yes, I'm in agony. I'm so sick and tired of suffering from fill in the blank, and I need a solution. Along comes your product that can anesthetize the pain and the suffering that I am going through. Think about that. Are you anesthetizing the pain point? I don't care what it is you do. The reason why anybody buys is because they have a desire and they have a pain point. And your product or your service is going to make their life easier, better. They're going to feel good about themselves. And that's what you want to connect to. Next we have, how much will it cost? I can't stand it when I sit through a 2-hour presentation and they don't tell me how much it's going to cost. I want to know how much it's going to cost right now. That's part of your unique selling proposition. Your customers want to know cost. Well, what all do I get? Will they double my order for just paying separate shipping? What comes with this? Is it a package deal? Do I get some bonuses? Do I get some free stuff? What do I get? Do I get a follow-up phone call? Do I get service? That's what your customers are saying. All right? How long will it take? DeAndre said time earlier. How long will it take me to get it? You know, when I buy? Is it something you gotta manufacture, build, work with someone on, have a time period of service? How long do I get for the counseling from the clarity coach? All right, now the next one is the astonishing offer. Your AO, astonishing offer. This is something that is very important that I want you to get right. And if you do, look out. Your business can explode and you can dominate your niche. A lot of people don't do this and they're afraid to do it. The astonishing offer, click, is an offer that generates tremendous buzz. What is buzz? What do I mean when I say buzz?
People talking about your business.
Yes, people talking about your business. The best astonishing offers have people talking about it around the coffee pot and the water cooler on Monday morning. It's a loss leader that can't be refused. A loss leader is something that a company will sell that is at a price that is less than what they paid for it. Where do they put the loss leaders in the grocery store? That's right. All right, so here's the front door of the grocery store. I come in, and they have a special. Eggs, 99 cents a dozen. Are those eggs going to be right here? No, they're going to be all the way over here. So while I'm walking over here to this astonishing offer, I'm walking by all these other great deals. And guess how much profit is packed into all these other great deals that are in front of your face while you're walking over here to get the eggs? Yeah. And so then I grab my eggs. Well, then I need something to go with it. I need some cheese. I need some milk.
Orange juice.
I need some cereal. I need that orange juice. I need my bacon. And now I've got all the high profit items plus that loss leader. So they might have lost 30 cents on the eggs, but then they made $10 profit on everything you picked up going back to the loss leader. Astonishing offer. Now, you don't have to give a loss leader. You can give something that's service. I was helping a guy who has a tech company called Testery. I met with him for coffee on Wednesday. And he has a startup. He had just secured $50,000 of angel investment money at, I think it was the Million Cups Group in Colombia. And so his software will test a website, find errors, broken links, pages that don't work, or let's say you got a pizza joint, you can order pizza online, and he'll test it to make sure that everything is secure and that you don't end up in a broken link or that you lose sales, right? And so I told him that we need to have an astonishing offer. I said, what do you give or what can you do that won't cost you anything but that can come across as a tremendous value? He said, well, I do demos. I said, well, what is that? He said, well, that's where I run my whole software on someone's website and give them a full report that shows all the errors. And I said, well, here's what you do. You tell people how much it would cost to have that website analysis. You tell them, well, I'll give it to you for free. And that's it. You don't have to contact me again. Now, if it's a company that has a lot of money and they don't have a lot of time and they don't want the big headache and they're concerned about losing sales, what do you think they're going to do when they get this big report showing all the errors and broken links on their website?
Fix it.
Yeah, fix it. They're going to buy. Astonishing offer. It will lead to a sale. An astonishing offer, tremendous value that turns heads. You know, if you give your astonishing offer and people don't go, oh my goodness, you didn't do it right. That's what you want. You want to do that again? Oh my goodness. That's what you want. That's the test. Send it to me and I'll tell you if I get a, oh my goodness, or not. But if I do this, it's not an astonishing offer. Nobody else can be offering the same thing on an astonishing offer. This is the one that makes your competitors mad or shocked. Your astonishing offer should not only make your competitors mad, but if you do it right, you do your research, and if you're really crafty, you should be able to provide it in such manner that your competitors don't know how you're able to do that and not go out of business. There's a lot of people that will think, and figure out a way, making a contact with a supplier or doing a double deal on a discount with supplies, or like with me, when I fix a phone, I give them a free tempered glass screen protector. I get them in bulk from China. And so they pay $40 for them at AT&T, and I'm giving them away for free. That's an astonishing offer. I'm gonna fix your phone while you wait, friendly service, and you get a free tempered glass screen protector, and if you break that screen protector, come back, I'll give you another one. The second one is still for free. That's an astonishing offer. Like, oh, wow. Well, I just got two at AT&T and I paid $80. It's like, oh, you messed up. So an astounding offer will win new loyal customers. When I do that tempered glass thing for my Gadget Gurus business, they tell all their friends and their family, and they refer people. I barely have to advertise for that business because I have so many loyal ambassadors, you'll learn about that, who are out there teaching people about what I provide, the services of my business, preaching my cause. Because I got a good, astonishing offer. All right, new loyal customers. Now let's move it on. We have more. It should end with a strong call to action. Buy now. Come in now. Supplies are limited. Hurry up before the quantity is gone. I got a truckload of this stuff, and when it's gone, there ain't no mo. Put a call to action at the end of that astonishing offer to invoke action. Call to action. Boom. Don't be afraid to ask for their business. We drop the ball so many times with that. I was meeting with a client and have a new person that's going to be working for me with my marketing business. I did this jamming presentation, and I always do the act as if. Act as if you're going to close the deal. I presuppose that I'm going to win this, I'm going to get their business because they can't live without me, and I'm offering so much value, it'd be stupid to say no. So I had this guy ready to go, and then my new person said, well, what do you think about this? Or what do you think you want to get together again sometime? I'm like, oh, man. I had it in the bag. And then the new person let them off the hook. So, ask for the business. When would you like to start? Would you like one of these or two? Do you want to give back with it? Who's ever heard of a weasel phrase? You ever heard of a weasel phrase? It's embedding a presupposition into a statement. If somebody's looking like they want to buy and I say, now do you want two or one? I'm presupposing that you're going to buy. That sinks into your subconscious mind and it leads you to an action. And that's really dangerous, but then you can't do that unethically. Move right along. Give them an offer they can't refuse. What was that pizza joint?
Godfather Pizza.
Godfather's Pizza, for pizza you can't refuse. Try it. There it is. Try it. Asking for the business. Tie your offer into a profitable, high profitable sale. Okay, so with the example of the guy who had the business testing websites. He does the test, gives you the results, shows you all the errors. There, it's done for free. You know what you got, go fix it yourself. Or buy my $50 a month subscription that'll fix all these problems, and as your website changes in the future, you add new things or inventory, you have whatever, it will continuously pull out these errors and fix them. Tie the astonishing offer into a high profit item and it will make it worth the while, just like the 99-cent eggs in the back of the grocery store. So you gotta walk by the high profit items that you're gonna pick up because they're impulse items, and then you're gonna get the loss leader and go back to the register and bam, the grocery store made a lot of money. Tie it to a high profit sale. Your marketing message. I want you scratching your head and I want you to think about what your marketing message is. In your marketing message, in other words, the way you talk to your prospects, to your niche, I want you to focus on the DSI and don't spread yourself too thin. Big, huge mistake. Big, huge, tremendous, very tremendous mistake. Tremendous. Is that people want to give you 100 benefits and jam it all in 1 minute. They want to tell you about everything on the menu. Don't do that. Focus on the one thing that is your top thing, that is your DSI. Okay? Let's be clear. Make no mistake about it. If you focus on your DSI, you will be successful. Talk about the one thing that drives your business. If you're in business, you know what it is. What's the thing that most people come to you for? If you have several things that you offer, what's the one thing they're knocking down the door to get? Focus on that in your marketing message. All right, here's another thing that people make such big, huge mistakes on. Very huge, huge mistakes. Don't just entertain in your marketing. Everybody just wants to be having a funny commercial and then you laugh, ha, ha, ha. The commercial's over and then you ask the person, what were they selling? I don't know. What's the name of the business? I don't know. Where are they located? I don't know. but that was a funny commercial. So don't just entertain. In your marketing message, have your strong call to action and keep it centered around the BSI. Here's another mistake people make. Don't change your creative content too quickly. Get something that works and stick with it for a while. Don't be changing every month or two. Don't change your logo, your identity, or your message. Let it be around long enough that it starts to sink in. How often does Coca-Cola change their marketing message? Name 3 Coca-Cola slogans. First 3 come to mind.
Real thing.
Real thing, what else?
Open happiness.
Open happiness, what else?
Have a Coke and a smile.
Have a Coke and a smile. That's back in our day right there. I'm with you. So they stick to their marketing message for years, and they pound it into your head before they change it up and go to a new one. Do they not? Yeah, so don't be changing every month. Don't go changing. Always, always track. Have measurements in place. How can you measure the effectiveness of your marketing message? Very good. That is a very good one. How did you hear from my business? Yeah, they're fabulous. I'm going to have you come to my next session. I'll pay you 50 cents. What else?
I won't be there.
I won't be there. I got the neck roll on them. What's another one? Another one. Huh? Analytics. Yes. Google Analytics is free. What else?
Coupons.
Yes! Coupons! They're trackable. You can put a code on it, and when they turn them in, you can count and see who is responding, and you can track the effectiveness of your marketing message. Thank you again. In your marketing message, tell a story. Who's ever heard of story branding? Raise your hand. Excellent. It is the most effective way to market, because when you tell a story, you get to get people into trance mode. Because as you're telling that story, people will put themselves into the story. And if you tell the story right, they project themselves as the character who is being told in the story. And when you connect this person in the story with the triggers and the pain points and the desires of the individual who is coming to your business, it becomes very powerful. Those things are strong triggers, okay? And so when you tell stories, think about stories you can tell of real customers that relate to the other customers that have that itch, that trigger, and that desire. The customer is the hero, not you. The customer should be the hero, not you. You know, okay? So if you put them in the story, you're going to assist them, okay? You're just a guide. You're going to guide them to the big win, all right? You're there to help anesthetize the pain. They want to be the hero of the story, not you. Make them the hero. They're going to love you for life. They're going to tell everybody about you. Flip that up. That should be in your marketing message, where you help lead them to the big win, which is your product or service that anesthetizes the pain point, satisfies the desire, solves a problem, makes their life easier. Because everybody wants an easier life. Okay, come to mind control tactics. Raise your right hand. Repeat after me. I state your name.
I state your name.
Repeat that. Solemnly swear and vow that I will not abuse these secrets or manipulate people with the power I am about to learn. Okay, if you break that, I will hunt you down. Why to try it? All right, y'all said it. I'll track you down if I hear that you got a bunch of zombies out here who are hypnotized, okay? I'm not having that. All right, here it is. The power of emotions. Look for the emotional triggers. Like what I did to this guy on Monday. I made him go in twice. He about came unglued, came out. He almost rolled out of the back of his chair because I triggered an emotional response. And I'm going to tell you why. Look for the emotional triggers. Tap those emotions to sell your service. You must realize that emotions override logic. Logic goes out the window when you activate the emotions. When you solve negative emotions, and then amplify positive emotions, you got a customer for life. Build loyal ambassadors for your business. I have loyal ambassadors on Facebook who are out of control. They are out of control. Sometimes I have to back them off. With my Gadget Gurus business, we have this Facebook page, and you can look it up. It's called the Jefferson City Good, Bad, and Ugly page. And there's maybe 15, 20,000 people in Jeff City, a town of only like 40, 50,000 in the whole area. Half the town is on this page. And there's discussions about every business, every rumor, everybody's business is out in the streets on the good, bad, and ugly, but they've used it as a guide for getting honest opinions about people's businesses. And so I have helped people, I fix their phones, I give them the free tempered glass screen protector, and I sit down and I talk with them and get to know them, and when we're done I say, let's take a picture and post it on Facebook. We're new friends, now you're in the club. From this point on, you're in the special club, and anybody that you know, your friends and family, they can come to me too. Exclusivity, that's another little trick that's not even a part of this, that's in the advanced section. And so then they go out on Facebook and they thank me. And then they scan the good, bad, and ugly page for opportunities to drive business my way. So someone will post on good, bad, and ugly. I just broke my phone, where can I get it fixed? Any recommendations? Here they come. Bing, 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 yeah, my phone is blowing up. Phone starts ringing. Go to Carlton Flowers. He is the best. He's the nicest person. You can trust him. He does excellent work, and he's always fixed my phones. My loyal ambassadors are all over it. I built these loyal ambassadors for my business because I tapped into their emotions, and I made big-time followers and friends out of my customer base. People can be motivated to make decisions based on an emotional stimulus.